Hello, and welcome. It is time for a Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis. Last time, Chapter 4 went and happened at a hectic pace. But then also the servers went into maintenance when we were talking to everyone afterwards, and I had sort of planned to do a little bit more. But in just a moment, we'll get back to it. It has now been a moment. So, here we are. Hello. For some reason, there is still a story part marked as Chapter 4 in my quest list, so I guess I'm going to address that first. My guess would be that this is a sector they added separately after the original part of Stia. But I guess we'll find out. So I need to go over here. But yeah, hello, welcome. Hopefully all programs are up and running. Everything is working. One can never be sure. I think there's death weather happening, but that's probably fine. Probably. Oh, it wants me to go up. What? But yeah, hello, welcome. I don't know what this is pointing me towards. Oh, but there are funny lizards and snails I never noticed, so, like, that's a win. Immediately, we've located more funny creatures. Good. But yeah, I'm guessing this isn't really like an actual story segment and it's something else, but I'm not sure. Either that or the game is accidentally making me redo part of the story. Which I don't think is the case. But we'll find out. The reason I don't think it's the case is because I checked a list of story steps. I do remember running into this teleporter. I guess I never went in here. And I guess this wasn't part of this actual regular... Oh. I'm guessing this is... Yeah, okay, that was actually not in any way a story mission and was just marked as a main story because it wants you to find it real bad. This is just a combat sector. Understood. It's probably the best, one of the best sections for grinding in at the moment, judging by the fact that there are immediately 8 people here.
PSE climax.
Doing a fancy PSE burst. You know what? While we're here, I guess I might as well participate in whatever is happening. Quartz Dragon. They put Quartz Dragon back in, huh? Quartz Dragon was a boss in base game PSO2 that appears to be here now. So that's interesting, I suppose. And it's immediately been eliminated. very, very quickly. Fair enough. All right, let's... So, what we actually did last time, or what we did last time before the game fell over in a scheduled maintenance sort of way, was that we started talking to Ilma. It turns out that the way the game handles that sort of situation is that it just counts the conversation as never having been started. So let's talk to Ilma again, but like, for real this time.
Huh? Oh, it's you. I thought you were an enemy.
We can skip forward a little bit.
Everyone is worth, but enough about that, I guess. Nothing much, really.
What are you doing here?
Just enjoying the view.
I did select a different option from last time, I guess.
Inside all the time makes my brain start to feel sluggish.
It changed 2 voice lines.
I've been thinking about central.
Thinking about guns, modifying the guns. Guns are similar.
Photon generator values and
Similar gun statistics.
that's why the lost,
Mm-hmm.
which means these central Lost Central, both aesthetically.
Lots of similarities in terms of Lost Central and Central City.
So it makes sense that we just repurposed what was already there to. All we really did was gather materials and build on top of the template that someone else created.
I might have skipped more than I got through, I don't remember.
You know, a huge container was found underneath Ritem City the other day. Know what was in there? Central cannon parts.
Oh yeah, I do remember this part.
All nearly identical to the Aleo and Kavaris cannon parts.
So, Ritem was also working on a cannon at some point in the past.
I can't help but wonder if the original plan was to make it like Central City.
You mean the people of Ritem long ago? No, I don't mean that. Right.
Someone other than the current inhabitants of Halpha. Someone who simply vanished, leaving massive structures all over Halpha.
So, mysterious people before the people who live here now putting structures everywhere.
These mysterious people existed, but we haven't been in a place to explore that mystery until now. With this new discovery, though, I think the time has come to get serious about figuring it out. What were they doing here on Halpha?
You have to collect all of the 8 cannons and then shoot them all at the boss. It's like the crystals or something, but like they're guns instead.
I have the feeling
Exactly.
that we will need to know that information going forward. There's no guarantee that something worse than Dark Falls won't show up in the future.
In fact, I would say there's a guarantee that something worse than Dark Falls will show up in the future, because that's how they have to escalate when they make new content. It's kind of required.
As much as we can in order to handle a wide range of possibilities.
We need to have more
That's
cannons.
what I think. Oh, I'm sorry. There I go again on another one of my monologues. Once I get some things figured out, I'll try to explain a little more clearly. Well, the first thing to do is to try to find some leads. I'll be working on this together with Crawford and the Aleo research team. I'd like to include Ritem as well. Talking to you always helps clear my head for some reason. Thank you so much for listening. Time to head back to the lodge and start putting some ideas on paper. Take care.
Harper is a good listener. Thank you, Harper. So that was our conversation in Kavaris, unless there's more now. Nope. And I believe there were some in Aleo as well. I can actually tell exactly how many side conversations are left, thanks to a limited time task. Because they added some limited time objectives that are like, complete the damn story, you hooligans. Including this optional side content. You hooligans. As you can see over here. Mini episodes viewing, 48 out of 55. Complete main tasks. Advance the story and complete the main task. It's kind of funny that, I mean, I guess I get what they're going for. They just want to incentivize people to do it. It's less of a complete it, you hooligans situation than I make it sound like. Because you kind of have to complete the story to unlock the content. There are probably a lot of people that just like skip over it though. Anyway. Oh. Kanui is over here in Central City. Or right next to Central City. What's up, Kanui?
Oh, hey. It's you. How perfect.
And Glenn.
We were just looking for you.
It took me a second to remember Glenn's name. I didn't know you were in Central City.
Correct. We're here seeking treatment for the wounded, as well as looking to resupply.
Oh, that makes sense actually, since I guess the Stia region isn't super well equipped. It's more of like a forward outpost kind of situation.
Once we complete that, we have but to await their recovery. Wasn't there something you wished to discuss, Commander?
Yeah, there was.
So now we get to see these two outside of the context of very fast-paced fighting only, which means that Glenn is out of his element and is going to be a nerd dork right now, probably.
You really helped us out the other day.
He's not good at this part of dealing with people. The part where you don't fight with or against people.
Wasn't there more?
We've had a lot of ups and downs during this campaign. We found ourselves constantly wounded and lacking supplies. Even after years of fighting, we hadn't made it to the interior of Stia. Before you three arrived, I was even considering withdrawing from the region. But my troops' morale was still high. I planned on one last offensive before they finally burned out. And then, you three showed up. I had heard rumors. You saved Ratem, and even survived a Dark Falls attack. Then, you even paved the way for the reconstruction of Kavaris. I was skeptical, but I didn't have any other options. So I figured I'd try my luck with the three of you. And we all know how that turned out. Although the battle still isn't over, I need to say this. Thank you.
Yes, I owe you my thanks as well.
Is the battle in Stia still ongoing?
Sure is. We haven't secured the entire Stia region yet. And the Dolls plant is still operational. I still have a lot of work to do. Conway,
Sir.
I'm going to head back now. You oversee the treatment of our wounded and meet me there.
Yes, sir. Shocking. The commander almost never gives thanks to anyone. He does express gratitude sometimes, but I don't think I've ever heard him actually say the words, thank you. I suppose that demonstrates how much respect he has for you. Well, I'd better get going now. Let's meet again, soon.
Harper is very cool and powerful and can do anything, such as get the grumpiest, most shonen man alive to say thank you, and allow a region to reconstruct after being destroyed, and so on. Dozer's over here. Remember Dozer? Right, I never remember quite how to get to the top of this cliff over here easily. I mean, I guess this is one way to do it. What's up, Dozer?
I didn't know you were back in Alio.
I'm everywhere at once thanks to the miracle of fast travel.
I hear you completed your assignment in Stia.
I was just helping Glenn's crew out.
They are the best of the best, but the numbers were not on their side. I'm sure your support was a huge help in that regard. It certainly was something to see Crawford act so decisively like that. Neil Steele was Crawford and Glenn's most hated enemy. At first, Crawford said he would let Glenn handle it. But the truth is that he really wanted to settle that old score by Glenn's side. Fortunately, Dahl's activity in Alio at the time was minimal. It was an opportunity that might have never come again. That's why I didn't hesitate to give my blessing to his decision. I'm glad the three of them were finally able to close that chapter of their battle. Crawford, Glenn, and Hibana.
Kanoi told me about Hibana.
I see. Hibana and Glenn were close for a long time. She was always the type who wore her heart right on her sleeve. I'm not saying they were the same, but her straightforwardness was a lot like Ina's. When Glenn and Hibana met Crawford, the three of them started working together. Crawford and Glenn's relationship is still more or less the same as it always was. They've always gotten into it over differences of opinion. And it was always Hibana who would step in to mediate things. She had a knack for finding the compromise and getting them to shake on it.
Anytime anybody in any Phantasy Star property says anything about someone having a knack, it's always funny to me. Because in Phantasy Star Online 1, the NPC Bernie, a Raymar with a burn visit weapon, in the quest where you had him in the party, there were locked doors that were like broken, and he would be like, I'll fix this, and then the screen would fade out and the door would be fine, and he would say, I've got the knack. And that was his explanation for how he fixed the doors. So anytime anyone refers to a knack in any sense, I always think of Bernie. Thank you, Bernie, for having the knack to open a door.
And she was really intuitive.
Exactly.
She would just sort of throw a plan together, and somehow, it almost always worked out. Which is the exact opposite of Crawford's unrelenting rationality, of course. Yet, they always seemed to get along. All three of them had very different personalities, but they just seemed to mesh with each other. Their teamwork in battle was especially impressive. Glenn would take the front, Crawford brought up the rear, and Hibana would float between them.
But Crawford was using a melee weapon. Also, everyone needs to be in melee because of how the game's dodge and parry focus works.
And the three of them
Crawford.
would just chew through the toughest dolls like that.
Crawford, you're playing the game wrong. Crawford.
It was a foregone conclusion that those three would one day lead Alio. But then, Hibana's death created a big void. Without her, Crawford and Glenn set off on separate paths that they each thought was best. Now that the score's been settled with Neil's Stia, hopefully, that void can finally be filled. Looks like there's some trouble. I think I better get going. We'll finish this chat some other time.
Thanks to the recap / exposition, Dozer. Anyone else? I already checked Caveris, and unless someone is now in Stia again. You know what? Let's just double check every region for the heck of it. No harm in doing so. Nothing in Retem. Ah. That makes sense. Glenn and Kanui are back in Stia now that we've talked to them outside of Stia. Glad I checked. So... there should be 5 conversations left. I don't know if there are any conversations that are after Chapter 5, which is what we're going to get to soon. But it'd make sense if there were. Also, I guess it's not impossible that the number of conversations need to reach for that objective is not all of them. It could be like most of them for some reason. Hold on, Kanui, I see a region mag I haven't met yet. Ooh, this is a cool little island. I forget the name of this sort of like geological structure. Feature? Earth objects set. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But I did take a sea slug. Geographical feature is maybe what I'm looking for. There's also a lot of ore here. And a funny bird. I like the sound that the region mags make. They're so happy. I guess these are sort of like... this isn't like natural hot springs. This is slightly different from that, I think. But I don't know what it's called. Anyway. Kanui. What's up? I did not get a final impact yet, but if I had been playing PSO1, I would have at least 5. The Curse of Viridia.
I didn't know you were here.
Well, you see, the reason that I don't have a final impact yet is because... opens a new window, types PSO section, ID calculator. Selects Raymarl, types in Harper. Harper would be a Redria if she were a Raymarl, which is the closest to what she is, as in Lady with Gun. And that's why I wouldn't find a final impact yet. Actually, PSO final imp... they probably drop for Redria somewhere. Maybe. They do. Way less than they do for Viridia, but at least on Iphinia, you can get a final impact from a Sinnoh Spiegel. And that's it. Which is odd. Considering that on Viridia, you can get it from like a million billion guys. Centurion ability is probably pretty good, right? I would need like 5 of those. Anyway,
There are far fewer enemies
four
here
of
now,
those.
but we still need to patrol the area.
I like the region mag hopping excitedly in circles in the background. Every time there's one of these scenes, there's always something in the background that distracts
Do
me.
you
Not every time.
happen to have a moment?
A lot of the times. Nod.
Thank you. I have a question. It's in regards to Commander Glenn. In all honesty, what is your impression of him?
Strong or scary? Well, he doesn't have a katana. And we've established that people only seem really strong when they have a katana, right? Oh, okay, maybe not only, but there was that line that's like, he looked really strong, he had a katana and everything. But he's not scary either, so I guess I'll go with strong.
Huh? Yes, I suppose he is. There is no stronger Arcs defender.
I'm the stronger Arcs defender.
I must
IMO.
say, I wasn't quite expecting that answer.
I'm not afraid of him, he's a very shonen anime nerd who doesn't know how to do anything but fight. And I guess be a commander.
He is a man of few words, and that can often be misinterpreted.
I'm interpreting it as he struggles with words because he has fight brain.
It can be even more pronounced when he's focused on an operation.
But I didn't have the option to say that he had fight brain. Also, her poofy sleeves are pretty good. I'm like 98%, no, I'm like 100% sure that you could literally have your character look exactly like Kanui if you wanted to. All of her character creation parts are available, I think.
But the truth is that he takes very good care of those under his command.
That region mag is so excited.
He always takes point in enemy territory, and he stays behind to guard our retreat. He says it's the best way to reduce casualties. That's the reason why his troops trust him implicitly.
Actually, I haven't really shown any like cast characters, like in terms of character creation specifically. Just know that any robot that you've seen you could play as effectively. But let me see if I have an image in here of like when I used to have when my old character was a cast for a while. I probably do. I've had multiple multiple cast part scenarios. Like, for example, this is the first image I found of one of my old character design things. There's a set of arms that have gigantic hands, and like everything connected to hands remaps to the hands to like account for the size, and it makes this very funny. I really liked that one. Let's see if I can find some other pictures. Let's see. That's a bunch of old PSO2 stuff that's not like NGS. So there were some pretty... There was one old PSO2 like entire body costume that just made you look like this, which was interesting, I guess. Very different proportions to a normal character. That was an interesting one, I guess. Bit of a gunpla. I think there was also an old PSO2 thing that did this. So that also exists. You could be fighting Polygon Team if you wanted to. Oh, this one that I was just looking at. It took me a really long time to realize that I think this one is at least partly mimicking having like a bare stomach. So I don't appreciate that too much, but whatever. Maybe if I search for cast, I can find a cast. No. Maybe NGS is how I... It's really difficult for me to figure out how I... Oh, here's a close-up of a robot character I had for a bit. Using similar parts to the one with the giant hands, minus the giant hands. I don't have too many pictures. Oh yeah. In the character creation demo, whatever, I did use the available parts in the demo to try and make Leah from Crosscode, so that also happened. A lot of the cast parts are like this, where they have this like arbitrary skin windows, and I don't like that, but again, that's mostly just me, probably. Okay, it's probably a lot of people, but still. You can do a lot with character creation in this game, is what I'm getting at, I guess. Anyway.
And that deep trust is what allows us all to put our lives on the line for the mission.
I appreciate that I'm not the only one. But despite the random skin windows, getting close to Leah from Crosscode was still cool, because Crosscode's a good video game. Shoutouts to Crosscode.
However, I confess that there are times I wish he was a little more approachable.
Oh, another feature of this game is that, like, the way body types are, like, separated. First of all, they don't refer to them in gendered terms anymore. They are human type 1, human type 2, caste type 1, caste type 2. And with the way they are separated, you can save a different character configuration to each of those types and switch between them freely if you set it up in a certain way. You can also make it so that your settings are synchronized between the types. So if you want your, like, proportions to be the same when you switch, but you can also make that separate. I just think that's neat.
Especially when he meets new people. A member of the Alio supply unit once shared her impression of the commander with me.
You can be a gender fluid robot. That's correct.
She was afraid that she might not make it out in one piece if she were ever to upset him.
Oh, and you can also mix and match, like, the faces are not tied to any of the body types, so you can mix and match face and body type as well. So you could have, like, the type 1 body types are the ones that I guess you would consider more masculine, and then the type 2 body types are the ones you would consider more feminine. But you can also, like, adjust the proportions of them to make those more ambiguous as well, I would say. But you can also mix and match faces, so, like, a more traditionally masculine face could be on a more feminine body, and vice versa, if you wanted. And this also means you can use the quote-unquote male cast parts with a lady face if you just want to, like, use them as big, bulky power armor instead of, like, this is Robot Man, and so on. I should go into the salon and demonstrate a little bit, perhaps.
She was always easygoing with everyone else, yet strangely stiff around the commander.
Rare drop! Wait, what? Okay. It looked, admit that, wait, hey. Kanui, did you just steal my loot? Kanui's taking all the loot! Kanui's leeching, report Kanui. I think that's a quirk of the cutscene camera, but it's still very funny.
But I'm glad it was cleared up before it caused a problem.
Who was
I
it?
believe her name is Citri.
Ah, Zitri.
If, by by some chance you happen to know her, please reassure her.
She is a very nervous individual.
The commander is not actually scary. He simply looks stern and doesn't speak much. You're one of the very few Ark's defenders that Commander Glenn trusts. I truly hope you'll continue to be someone he can count on. Thanks for everything.
It's also worth noting with character creation, I guess, that like items are divided, and indeed like faces and bodies are divided into PSO2 spec and NGS spec. You can't mix and match a lot of the things between those two, but you can go back to like all the old outfits in the old game if you like those more. In exchange for like some graphical fidelity and motion capability to some degree. But one of the things they're adding in the version 2 update is the ability to apply cell shading to your character. And I think that would probably somewhat mitigate any like perceived graphical differences between the old style and new style, if the cell shading works with the old style. Hello and welcome. Where's the salon at? There it is.
Welcome.
The salon is staffed by Komachi over here. I just wanted to briefly show body type selections. You have humanoid 1, 2, cast 1, 2. So like if I switch here, it's still Harper's face, but it's like the body type that is more masculine. And like over here we have the, yeah, you could do this if you wanted. And then cast 2 default is, I was complaining about skin windows. They have a lot of those. But what cast, do I actually have other cast parts? Yeah, traditionally, female cast designs in Phantasy Star are often not very good, I would say. I don't know if that's tradition. Heck, what's the one? Like, even outside of my particular common complaints, there are ones that are ridiculous. I think I actually remember the name of a Phantasy Star Universe particular set that is a great example of, I have no idea what they were thinking when they were designing this. Shoot, I didn't quite get the name right, I think. No, I did. Now, is there a good image of this? I'm going to say possibly not. Searching. Well, okay, there's an okay image of it. Thank you, PSO World. There's an okay image of just the torso part. So, like, in Phantasy Star Universe, cast parts were divided into torso, arms, and legs. It's not a Portable 2 set, it's a Phantasy Star Universe original set. But the Portable 2 ones are pretty outrageous, too. But the one I'm specifically thinking of, you might remember the name, is the Red Meal set. I'll bring it up on screen here in one moment. This is only the torso in this image. It's not the full set. But this is the Red Meal torso, a female cast torso armor in Phantasy Star Universe. For reasons unknown, it appears to have a toilet seat on the back of it, which I suppose is some sort of weird jetpack booster, but like I always parsed it as like a toilet seat that was just sort of glued onto your back. This is an example of, I don't know what they're doing half the time when they design female cast parts in Phantasy Star. Portable manhole cover, yeah, that also works. I don't remember what the arms look like, but the legs also have like L-shaped pieces just like sticking out of the knees. I think the description in game of these says they have like superior mobility, but I have no idea. That's the thing E102. You know? Now that you say that, yeah, he does have a floating thing, doesn't he? That is an E102 Gamma thing, and this is Sega. You know, you might have finally solved the mystery for me of why that's there. But I don't have too many cast parts on Harper at the moment. But yeah, you can use like the bulky cast parts to make like weird mecha body armor if you want to. But Harper's just gonna stay as Harper at the moment. Oh yeah. Oh shoot, do I have... I don't know if I have an image of the crushed crawfish guy. But I might have a similar image somewhere. Man, I lost all my funny pictures somewhere. Do I have something saved as like, oh god, why, or oh no, or... That's not the crushed crawfish in that case. It's something worse, but I don't have it. Oh, I do have all these images I found today on an amazing, really old GeoCities website that are completely unrelated. Like ghostdance.gif over here. Who's not looping properly. I'm getting distracted by shenanigans. What about Hauntman.gif? Do you like Hauntman.gif? Hello, Hauntman. Anyway. Ghost cleaning window.gif? I don't have that one. But I do have... this skeleton doing a swagger walk. I don't know why these aren't looping well. And also, the very important cool sword.gif. This is also not looping well. Weird. Anyway, sorry. Anyway. Back to conversations with people. Oh no. Just kidding. It's time for Ruby instead. Because Ruby Rose is here. That's not the first time I've seen Ruby Rose or someone playing as Ruby Rose. It's probably the second or third time that I've seen someone playing as Ah! Trial start. Eliminate Ruby. No. That I just got jump scared by a trial. But yeah, that's like the second or third time I've seen a Ruby Rose. I want to say I might have seen one or two other characters from Ruby as well, but usually just Ruby. Given the number of anime crossovers that PSO2 has had over the years, I don't think they've actually had a Ruby crossover like proper. So I think people are improvising. But anyway. What's up, Glenn?
Oh, it's you.
It's me. What are you up to?
There's nothing strange about a commander taking his turn at watch duty.
I never said it was weird. I just asked what you were doing, man.
Hanoi doesn't like it. Supplies have been getting through to us from Alio a lot more easily. But we're still short-handed against all these enemies. The fatigue can start to build up. I figure if I've got the energy for it, it makes no sense for me to sit around in a chair all day. That's all there is to it.
The truth is, you're just a nice guy.
I'm not.
I'm not. Great line read, thank you.
Well, Central didn't. Crawford didn't want me coming here, but I came anyway. The people at this camp are all here because they agree with my vision. I didn't even ask. They all volunteered. Quite a few of them even left behind family in Alio. They threw away everything they had. Follow me on this crazy mission. I don't intend to just throw them away. They need to be well rested, to give everything they've got to fighting.
He does have some Aura vibes. He's got a horn. But I guess, like, he only has one. There are a lot of Aura that wear masks, but, like, the only ones I can think of right now are the Kestir, who don't speak.
It's really...
And that's why they wear the mask.
for them.
Because of their words or lies. Belief. Don't you need to rest sometimes?
Can. Well, I need to get back to it.
Oh yeah.
I still have a little way to patrol.
His collar is made out of the material that you would unfold over your car's windshield so that your car doesn't heat up in the sun as much. My family had something like that. The mask is reminding you of Aura's scales? Yeah, I can see it.
I doubt you'll have any problem with the enemies around here. But don't get careless.
By the way, is it just me or do Harper's earrings look like USB thumb drives?
You never know when dolls might appear. I'm not interested in seeing your name on a memorial anytime soon.
Grumpily exits the camera. I suppose that's there. I would not be surprised if there were like earrings that you could. I mean, you could probably use earrings like a keychain, and there's probably USB drives that attach to. I don't know if that's a wise thing to do, but somebody has tried it. Somebody has tried to use like keychains on their earrings, or like there might literally be thumb drive earrings for all I'm aware of. It's possible. One of Harper's earrings is a thumb drive that just has a text file on it that says guns. That's called guns.txt and it's blank. Or it just says guns in it. Because she got the earrings and felt she needed to put something on the thumb drive. But she didn't have any ideas. And she technically only has one gun, so... Oh, I found a mischief symbol. This music is very cool, but it's also very funny when I'm ignoring the boss. Kanui, you're marked on the map, but I don't know where you are. Maybe you're above where I am again. I'll try going up. This map doesn't convey elevation in the Stia region too clearly, because the Stia region seems to have layers that more so than some of the other ones. Hey, these are apples. If you saw this fruit and I told you to tell me what fruit this was, would you guess that it was a space apple? Because I don't think I would. I'll see if Kanui is like over here, I guess. Oh, I found a red box. Well, time to ignore. I don't really know how to go around this large wall. Stia is a weird region to navigate. Like, it's pretty small, or at least it seems like it's pretty small, but it's also more difficult to navigate than other regions that I was going to say other regions that I've seen, but it's more just like other regions, period. Can I just not go this way? How do I reach you? I mean, your conversation is called The Mystery of the Plant. It would stand to reason that you are in fact inside of the plant, which is an exploration area, so you should... Oh, okay. I just completely didn't notice you. You're in fact very, very easy to find. My bad. Tell me about the mysterious plant.
Oh, I didn't know you were there.
Most people don't for some reason. Harper, master of stealth, with her clunky robot boots, still.
I just remembered something I wanted to discuss with you. Tell me, what were your thoughts the first time you saw all of this?
Well, my thought when I saw this 2 days ago or whenever was that it seemed like they were returning to older level design ideas, but I don't think that's what you're asking. Shock, or I'd seen it before. What if I say I'd seen it before?
I see.
Oh, right, yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Number 10, correct?
The quad was similar, but not really
You know,
that close.
Glenn's scout team was the first to discover this place. I was a part of that team. Dolls do not only come from above, they're also produced somewhere on Halpha. That's what Hibana said.
Hibana knew that, huh?
I never thought that it would look like this.
I wonder why Hibana knew that.
The commander originally formed the scout team to capture this place as soon as possible. Incidentally, what did Crawford have to say about this place before you came here?
He was vague because of the situation with Glenn.
Oh, I see. Even I was surprised to receive such a sudden call. Well, unfortunately, as I'm sure you can tell, we've hardly even begun to start researching this place. But we do know that this is an energy plant. We know the plant's core system and the doll's production line are in fact linked. And that this plant's energy is distributed throughout all of Halpha. We also know that simply destroying this production line could affect the entire system. And that's about it. We intend to research and carefully analyze the system's configuration, and then shut the production line down gradually.
That explains why they haven't tried to destroy the production facilities already.
That is our plan.
Because they don't know how it will affect the rest of the entire planet's, like, energy networks and whatnot. That makes sense.
Like the tech team on assignment here from Alio can finally get to work on everything. At first, we thought that simply destroying anything in sight would take care of it all.
Okay, they did try that, actually.
But it turns out it's not that easy. So, for the time being, we have to wait before we can declare total victory in this region. We sincerely appreciate your continued support until that day comes. Thanks for everything.
No problem. I mostly just shoot my gun. Okay, so the rest of the conversations were Glenn and Kanui. That makes sense. We hadn't heard too much from them. It's interesting, both of them seem to be fairly different outside of combat. Or like, fairly different from initial impressions. Like, Glenn has fight brain, as I said. But Kanui seemed to be like the emotionless, pure strategy sort of one in some way. But she's clearly not. At least that was my very first initial impression or expectation. So it's neat. I think I like the Stia characters.
Yuha,
Yeah.
did you come all the way here by yourself?
Yep. I could ask you the same.
Mind me. I know this area like the back of my hand. Anyway, this place reminds me of the battle that day. What did Crawford come here for? He just showed up, wreaked havoc, and left.
I wonder where the phrase "know it like the back of your hand" came from. He wanted to fight together. With you.
I guess you mean me.
I sure do. Oops, I skipped the side.
No, you throw me off my rhythm somehow. I can't figure you out.
I'm just calling you out on being fight brain. That's all.
But it doesn't matter. I'll tell you about our past. Crawford and I, we used to fight together.
Yep.
But then, we had a falling out over something. Kanui already told you, right?
There were originally 3 of you.
We decided to go our separate ways after Hibana died. Crawford stayed in Central, and I chose to come here to fight. We understood dividing our efforts like that wasn't exactly sustainable. But we couldn't stop each other. Just playing defense doesn't solve the problem. And not having anywhere to go home to after solving the problem makes no sense either. We had no choice but to do our best with the situation that we had. Troops, weapons, and other supplies. All just gradually dwindled. I really don't know where we'd be right now if you 3 hadn't shown up when you did. I'm sure Crawford and I will have a chance to hash it all out someday.
I find it interesting that they wrote the size out as having, as like psi both in parentheses and surrounded by asterisks. I just think that's an interesting choice of how to write that. I have no further observations related to that. I just think it's interesting.
But not right now. Because our battle still isn't completely over yet. That was long-winded,
Not really.
but I gotta get going.
God, I wish they wrote it with that many like parentheses and brackets and everything. Huh, this looks like some sort of impact happened over here. What's that about? Oh, there you are. You gonna tell me what that's about? What is this place? I can see some recon gigants in the distance. Well, the game doesn't know what it is either. Or the mysterious message leaving
Oh,
person.
hello there.
Howdy.
Well, what brings you here?
Map told me there was someone here to talk to. Just wanted to take a look.
Thank you for assisting us in our asymmetrical warfare efforts. We can't possibly cover all of Stia with the meager numbers that we have. In fact, there are two powerful enemies in particular that haunt this area. They would be quite a handful for an inexperienced defender. But all these massive structures being underground like this, it's incredible.
But had you already heard about what was here? Or I was surprised too? How about the second
No.
one?
I honestly had no idea until Crawford finally shared the information. This place was the final objective of our overall strategy, much like yours, I imagine. But the ultimate goal was always to defeat the dolls. We expected powerful enemies, but nothing could have prepared us for encountering Darkfalls. I shudder to think what might have happened if we had gone in there without you three. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention something. It turns out the research team found Darkfalls' data in the nerve center control room. According to their report, Darkfalls had been collecting records of battles all over Halpha.
Of its own accord or under someone else's orders? Of its own accord?
That, we don't know. We don't know for certain. But we do know that Darkfalls was studying ARC's combat strategies and tactics.
Huh.
It would have been even more fearsome had we not intervened when we did. I suppose we should be grateful that we were able to act before it was too late. Crawford has been apprised of all of this, of course. I have no doubt he will be able to find a solution.
I like how Kanoi's outfit has, like, hand rests built in specifically for when she wants to put a hand on the hip. That's what these, like, hip plates look like. They look like they're specifically designed to put your hand on. Nod, nod.
It may take a while. In the meantime, we will continue our research here as well. My apologies. I've gone on long enough. I must return to my duties. Well, good luck to you.
Also, this game really does like telling you that you are the master of solving problems. Oh, that must be the recon gigants. Just a patrolling group of gigantics or whatever. Okay, sure. I'm gonna leave now. Well, that means I've seen all the little mini episodes. What level are these? What level are you? 74. Okay, bye. I could technically solo them, but I think I'd be here for a little while. I don't doubt my ability to do that, but I want to see chapter 5. At max level, they're definitely soloable. This game has a feature where if something is 5 levels or more higher than you, you only deal 1 damage to it. It displays the number with guard. So, they are fightable. I just, it would probably take a little while. Let's see. Hell yeah, absolutely. Do I have a music to put on for a second? What? Probably just good old PSO. And now I'll be right back. Hello. Welcome back. To me, I guess. Welcome. Let's proceed to chapter 5. I believe this is when things start to get wacky.
Everyone, thank you all for coming. This is the moment every one of us has been preparing for. To defeat the cruel enemy who mercilessly wiped out so many of our friends.
Who's this tiny gremlin in the back?
To defeat Dark Falls. It must have fled to space-time to recover after we landed a good shot on it from Central Cannon. But it can't fully recover without its dock in Stia. It has to rematerialize at some point. That's when we strike. Now that it's completed, the cannon is a lot more robust. We should be able to fire it several times.
Oh, actually, I know exactly who that tiny gremlin is. That's the Waker tutorial NPC. I don't know her name.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to do anything about that. Once Dark Falls appears, I need you to keep it busy and buy us some time. You've faced so many obstacles, and made it through all of them.
In fact, all of these are actual
Dark Falls
NPCs
is
and
an
not like random
unimaginably
generic
powerful
people.
foe. There is no possible way to fully prepare for that kind of strength. But even in the face of such overwhelming odds, I have the utmost faith that we will prevail. Aelio, Ritem, Caveris, and Stia, defenders from all 4 regions, are united toward a single goal.
Something about the still images made me laugh
As far
a
as
little.
we know, this is entirely unprecedented in Halpha's history. The entire planet is united as one for the first time. In order to preserve that unity going forward, this is a battle that we can't afford to lose. I'm asking all of you for your support. I need everyone to stay ready to deploy at a moment's notice. Victory will be ours.
Hell yeah.
I guess this is it.
Yeah. For the sake of...
Yes?
For the sake of Halpha, we will. We... must win.
Yep.
Yep. Did they make the audio balance better in Chapter 5? Manon is audible now. Talk to Aina at Halphia Lake. You got it. So I think I mentioned before that Halphia Lake was a very mysterious area that listed a very high battle power and had like weird stuff, weird like panels in the lake that were mysterious, and like there weren't any actual enemies here. I forget if I mentioned that they later added an urgent quest called Battle at Halphia Lake. And hey, guess why? Because we're there. In the story version, at least. Or about to be, I think. So the mysterious place ended up having some payoff eventually, is my understanding.
Ready to go? Let's do it then.
The Battle of Halphia Lake, yep. There we are. The heroes head to Halphia Lake to do battle with Dark Falls. I don't know why we're fighting Dark Falls here specifically, but sure.
We've detected Dark Falls in the immediate
Ah.
vicinity of Halphia Lake.
Very loud.
We'll commence our assault once it materializes. Give this everything you've got.
I think they made the audio balance worse again.
Missile cannon launch sequence complete.
It's ready, Crawford. Roger. Prepare to fire.
Hell yeah. So they actually did put this part of Dark Falls in the story.
Dark Falls severely damaged. Dark Falls has recovered.
Dark Falls Aegis. Oh shit, it's a ring. Hey, wait a minute. What is this, PSO? Hey, ow. Ah, hey, wait. I forgot how to play the video game because I was distracted by this being Dark Falls on a ring. That rules. So if you don't know, in PSO1, the third form of Dark Falls takes place on a ring-shaped battlefield. I can see why you would want me to see this, yeah. Also, part of the music had like the Song of Mourning in it, which is a cool little like leitmotif bit. Dark Falls Aegis has no weakness, I notice. That's very interesting. The music has other leitmotifs in it as well. And more new lyrics. This is good. Oh, that was vicious. Oh. Cool. Yeah, we skipped a phase. It's up to something. Careful, you two. What is it gonna do? Like, steal my soul and then I take damage when I shoot it? Because if it did that, I'd lose my mind a little bit. It's charging up power. God, I feel like the ranger dodge is too good now. I just win when I press the button, like, well enough. I guess that's good. I guess that's what they want. I don't know. It's still just very funny that I dodge through or into attacks constantly on purpose. Yes, I love beams. Thank you. That's free grenades. Wait, where's my... I lost my cursor because I'm silly like that. Hey, this isn't a nothing fight either. Like, there's actually danger happening, even though I might get max level and I'm not winning instantly, even though I'm at max level and like definitely over geared technically. There's actually like stuff happening. Like, I actually have to like put effort in and like take time. I appreciate that. There are a lot of nothing fights in regular PSO2. And like, even some of the earlier fights in this, I was way over leveled and they ended up being nothing fights. Phase 2, I guess. Time for red. Dark Falls is mad. Watch your feet. Oh, what the? Oh. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. The game does love throwing stuff. You are in time to see Dark Falls Aegis, yes. Which is actually part of the story, unlike the previous fight. And this fight seems really cool. There we go. Ow. Okay, that was just... Right, fair enough. I guess it's serious. Yeah, maybe. I love to dodge into attacks to collect grenades. Oh, we've got multiple voices in the song. I don't know who those voices are meant to represent. I see, now Dark Falls rotates along with the lasers. This is Dark Falls' trick. Does it have some Dulkfakis energy? Maybe a little bit. I don't remember that fight super well, but I think Dulkfakis was mostly just sitting at the end of a ramp, right? Or am I thinking of a different, similar fight in universe? Oops. Or do you just mean like the design? Because like maybe I could see that. I wonder if these voices are like, because like we had the Meteorn's theme song before. Is this like Nadara and the Meteorn? Or is it just the same voice twice and I'm thinking too much? I don't remember phase 2. The whole fact that it's on a ring is extremely like PSO Dark Falls phase 3, which is great. And there's a phase before this that is not in the story mode that I don't know too much about. Ow. Ah, I broke your charge. Or whatever. And yeah, this music is like has a leitmotif of the first Dark Falls music as well, I'm noticing. I'm just really glad that this story mode fight is here and isn't like completely free of challenge. I'm glad that like I actually have to try and this is taking enough time to like feel significant. I appreciate that. This is a proper boss fight. I was kind of worried that it wouldn't be. Oh, some parts of Dark Falls you just are weak to light, I just noticed. I was saying before that Dark Falls didn't have a weakness. Engage all nearby enemies. What do you mean? Oh. Something's happening. Oh. Okay, now we have the main theme of the game happening. Oh, you're summoning a giant meteor. That's what you're doing. Okay, good. We stopped it. And that made your AoE only go that far. Maybe. Hell yeah. Schmark Fall. Oh, yeah, okay. So Dulpakus was a pseudo Dark Falls. The funniest Dark Falls ever is the time in PSU when they actually had something called Dark Falls and it was a Dayrale recolor, or like model sharing creature. Fake Dark Falls that was Dayrale is the funniest thing.
Now I'll just...
This is a cutscene instead of in an engine.
There! All finished! Ready when you are!
I can see how that would make you sad,
count.
yeah. I really liked that.
Fire!
I really liked that Dayrale was in PSU, though. I don't remember the Zero one at all. Fire again! Fire again! Shit, we ran out of...
You're not leaving.
Okay, we can fire again. Hell yeah! We adjusted the cannon so that it had the ability to shoot 3 times. Oh, you're still not quite dead.
This is all you!
Claim vengeance for all who have fallen.
You got this. I know you can do it.
Dozer thumbs up. Okay, now we're back in engine. These two are psyched. Why do I have so much power? Why am I powering up? Why is Harper powering up? Let's take a picture of Harper powering up, I guess. I don't know why Harper is powering up. Oh. What? Oh. Hey, Garoa. Push. This scene is way better with the fluffy foxtails, too. I don't understand why this is happening, but it's rad. I do love to see one's own custom character doing cool action scene Metal Gear Rising nonsense. Meteor Fist! Didn't even summon the sword that time, just punched straight through Dark Falls. Alright, sure. We did it! I wish Harper landed like on her face and made a crater or something. Dot! Single musical note. Thanks. Single musical note. I did say this is where it gets wacky. Spoilers, we're not done yet.
I can't believe it.
I was a little early saying that, I guess.
It's all over, right?
Sort of. Can anyone tell me why I was able to punch through Dark Falls?
Dad, everyone, we did it. We did it.
Somebody teleported in.
Thank you.
It was Crawford. Photons? Yeah, that's probably true.
Crawford.
Ilma's silly little wave there.
Thank you so much.
Nod. Everyone is here. I love their emoting. Hey, we're in a flower field. Where's Rose Confession? Why isn't Rose Confession playing? Manon. Manon? Oh, you're just very quiet.
Are you okay? Are you injured or something?
No, I'm fine.
You know, you can tell me anything. We're a team, you know?
Nod.
Right. I know. But really, I'm fine.
You don't sound like you're fine. Hmm?
So, Dark Falls is defeated. How is the plan progressing?
Alright, now it's time to get wacky, I think.
Operation 3, 98% complete. Photon sensitivity, 99% of target value.
Tomorrow, the 500th anniversary. And now the day of judgment draws nigh.
31,415,926 seconds remaining. Error range, plus or minus 0.05 seconds.
I know that. Hurry up with the plan.
Orders accepted. Proceeding to next phase.
You didn't think we were gonna forget the floating island, did you? Apparently there's sinister shenanigans happening in there. I'm so glad to see you back safe. Just rest and recover for now. Whoops, city's over here. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Whoops, that's also the wrong button. Help. It's fine. Dream forwards.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why the chat is still here. Manon? I guess Manon left. That's not what my mag looks like.
Hey, listen! You won't believe this.
Are you okay? Take a deep breath.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So, Manon's gone missing.
Oh.
She's been acting weird lately, right?
A bit.
Like she had something on her mind. She just kept saying, I'm fine, over and over, but I thought she might still be dealing with what happened at Aleo Town. And so I figured she would feel better once we defeated Dark Falls. But nothing seemed to change. She was exactly the same.
Manon was said to remember some things, unlike other Meteorn.
Went to her room today to try to finally get it out of her.
But she never explained what those were, I think.
Her door was unlocked and she was gone. And the room was completely clean, as if no one was staying there. She left a note. I'm sorry. Thanks for everything. What could this mean? I've called her, but she won't pick up. It feels like she's saying we'll never see her again. This isn't good.
I'm sure we'll see her soon.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Because we're gonna go find her.
I'll search for her. I'll search all around Aleo. And if I have to, Ritem, Kavaris.
Let's find out if anyone's seen
You
her.
mean like someone in town?
Yeah, we should ask around first before we...
Crawford! Of course! Okay, let's go check the command room.
Oh, I didn't realize that Dayrole Dark Falls also had the Phase 2. I guess that works. I believe they did, yeah. I didn't play those games entirely either. I need to at some point, but they get really difficult and scary, and I'm scared of them.
Let's decrypt this data set first, please.
Yes, sir. I'll prioritize it.
Hey, you two?
Hey, what's up?
Crawford! Manon's...
There's something I'd like to show the two of you. This huge structure that floats over Halpha. We call it the Floating Island.
Very creative, A+.
What does this have to do with Manon?
Lucille. That's apparently what it's really called.
Ah.
Manon just sent this data over a few moments ago.
Manon sent this?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So, what's the connection between her and Lucille?
Well, to be completely honest, Manon seems to know everything about Halpha.
Huh?
Yeah, she didn't lose the
We
memory.
just started analyzing the data.
She just never explained what she remembered.
There's already so much in here that we knew absolutely nothing about. It's far more than what we found in Lysis's reports. I have no idea how Manon has access to this information, or why she sent it to us.
What? I don't even...
Is Manon on Lucille?
That seems likely, based on what we know. But we have no way of knowing, since we have no way of getting there. And it would take us a long time to come up with something.
What if I just jump really high?
Even I'm shocked by this sudden turn of events.
I'll power up with all the photons again and then
could
punch
tell
it.
She had something on her mind for a while now.
But like, stop the punch before I get there, so I just land instead.
I never could have guessed this.
I'm pretty sure she explained to us that, or it was explained to us that she did.
I should have been paying more attention.
She didn't lose her memory like other Meteorn, but it was never explained what she knew, right?
She went to Lucille without using some kind of teleporter.
Emergency announcement! Dolls! Numerous readings!
Are you serious? Where?
Everywhere?
The
Probably.
Ritem region.
Oh.
Close to Ritem City.
Crawford, can you hear me? There's a large Dolls force near Ritem City.
Yes, I'm picking it up. Hello? Do you need support?
Unfortunately, yes. There are even more of them than when Renus Ritem launched its assault.
Got it. Sending reinforcements now.
My thanks. Another thing.
Yeah?
There seems to be a Meteorn pod in the midst of them.
What?
We will prioritize recovery while maintaining tactical flexibility.
Got it. I'll send reinforcements appropriate for the task.
Meteorn pod, huh?
A Meteorn pod? Maybe it has something to do with Manon.
Nod. Let's go, Aina.
Okay.
Stop. You two stay right here.
No. Why?
Are you kidding me? So what if we're wrong? We need to be doing something.
Okay. But you two be careful out there.
You know it.
Let's get to Ritem. My subclass hit level 59. Yay! Why over here? I guess that's fine. Aina has become more confident over time, enough to the point where she can just say like, "Shut up, Crawford, we're doing the thing," and Crawford, I guess, just says, "Okay, sure." Fair enough, I guess.
You ready? Then let's head out.
A stranger in the desert. So I don't know that much about what happens from this point on. Like, I didn't know Stia. But I think this is, like I keep saying, when it gets wacky, so we'll see what happens.
Over there.
I didn't know there was a Meteorn pod. Why is everyone telling us to stop?
I'm going with you.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Thanks. We could use the help.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up for Dozer. Nadara, Hadi. Seems like they're headed to the pod that's landed. Let's hurry.
Out of the way.
Calm down, Aina. A lot of them. Steady on.
Trials start.
You're not getting away.
Keep coming.
Oh, Dozer uses a partisan. I don't remember if I noticed that before. Or I might have forgotten.
Look out for them.
No big deal.
Oops. I think I might technically have a better gun in my inventory, now that I think about it. It's slightly better. Hold on. Actually, I don't think it's like notably better. Maybe? I don't know. That was sort of a gun in progress. But it's not at a point where it's notably better than like the seasonal gun, which is an absurd phrase without the context of how this game works. Now that I think about it. Seasonal gun.
He did it.
This gun is fine for now.
A welcome development. We got this.
Why are there so many?
I do not know. They simply appear.
I cannot remember ever seeing this many.
Let's take these out.
This is Blasticine. It gives you a free proton blast. I don't remember if this has been relevant in the story yet. This is normally just like an event that happens. Whoops, I ran into a tornado. I don't know why Blasticine is associated with tornadoes either, but it is. Whoop. But might as well use these while we got them. The NPCs are telling me I'm skilled when I'm really just pushing one button. But, you know, whatever. And running into tornadoes repeatedly.
What the? Getting started.
Is there no end to them?
Whoop. I think I ran out of Blasticine. Yeah, the tornadoes are gone. Just Rinus Vera shows up.
Piece of cake.
Trial start.
I like Dozer yelling, seriously? That's pretty funny. Did they choose Retim specifically for this part because it was the best region? Did everyone... Was Rinus Vera like the best received boss fight? Because I think Retim was maybe the best region. I don't have a lot of experience with Stia at the moment. And hey, Rinus Vera is weak to dark, which my gun is. Now that I think about it, I might have been shooting an enemy that was weak to dark when trying to figure out if the other gun was better. But I actually don't know if it was or not. Because I think they're usually weak to wind, so probably not. One of the things that they listed in the balance changes is that they changed the power distribution for this move that I'm using all the time, the one that you can charge up to pierce, or you can press it once to shoot like a burst shot. And I wonder what that means. Does that mean the charge is going to be worse, or the charge is going to be better, or the other part's going to be worse? I don't know. They also raised the potency of a lot of stuff to like make everyone else a little bit closer to Slayer, I think. Oops, I timed that bad. That's fine. Guess I'll put that there. I'm wondering if Ranger will be... There's also like a new Ranger skill that's being added, where after a certain number of photon arcs, like their regular bullets get stronger temporarily. I wonder if Ranger's gonna like... I can't imagine that altogether the changes are gonna change how I play that significantly, but they might. They might change it a little bit, at least. Whoops. These aren't nothing fights either. This is just like a regular Venezuela, like at boss strength thrown at you. Fair enough, I guess. I appreciate that as well.
Success.
Success.
Finally. We need to get to the pod. How do you open these things again?
Good question. We've only seen like one in the story.
Hey there, you okay? Oh, that's right.
We've only seen one, and it was the one I was in. So who's here?
Got it open. Are you okay?
Who are you?
Can you move?
Whomst. Whomst, and are you okay? You don't seem like you're doing that great.
She's hurt.
Manon.
You know Mana?
How do you know Manon? Hey!
Calm yourself, I know.
I'm sorry.
You do have a similar color scheme to Manon in terms of your outfit. But who are you?
Manon has disappeared.
Gone? What could this mean?
Crawford thinks maybe she went up there. The floating island. The seal.
What?
We have to find some way to make it up there, so we can find her.
I'm afraid I do not follow. I will inquire of Crawford for more details. We need to take that girl to safety. Central City's medical facilities are superior to ours. She will be well taken care of. Dozer, if you would.
Understood.
I have no insight into Manon's internal struggle. I would still be trapped in the pit I was in if you three had not pulled me out and put me back on my feet.
They really do keep emphasizing
Of course,
how much
none of that would have happened.
Harper and company have magically solved every problem, or like made everyone's lives better, I guess is the better way to put that.
With the three of you. If your back is ever up against the wall, Retem Arcs will always be there for you. That's a promise.
I don't know what's so special about Harper that this has happened, but
Nadra.
fair enough, I guess.
Okay. We're taking her back to Central now.
Okay.
We're still in disarray here due to the sudden attack. But we will recover as soon as possible and check in with you. If you need any support, my troops are waiting.
Thank you. You're such a help.
Is there going to be a sudden attack elsewhere as well, or just here? I wonder. I'm here now. It's night now. I guess we should get back too. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what's the deal with the mystery lady. I think I got, like, charged by a creature at the very end of that teleport.
She's receiving treatment at the medical bay. Crawford's trying to find out more about Manon. Not knowing anything is driving me crazy.
Nod.
I wonder if that's where she first came from. So Manon was our enemy?
I don't know why you jumped to that conclusion. Manon is just Manon, or that couldn't be.
I guess not.
She helped us
If
too much
Manon
for that to be the
really
case.
is on that floating island, then I just have to believe that she must have gone there for the benefit of everyone on Helfa. We have to believe in her. If we don't, who will? Right?
The idea that she might have come from there seems reasonable.
You hear me?
What's up?
We don't know where Meteor and are from, including me.
There, right?
Yes.
That girl has regained consciousness.
Oh, I'm so glad.
But there's a little bit of a problem. Could you two come here?
Of course. On our way. Let's hurry.
A problem? What does that mean? The celebratory atmosphere is still very silly in the middle of the story.
Is something wrong?
You people created the dolls. Did I hear that right? So what you're saying is that you murdered thousands of our friends and family members, correct? And you've been conducting this little experiment since long before any of us here were born. I'm talking to you.
Glenn.
Glenn, calm down. Let's listen to what she has to say. I'm sorry. Please, continue, Faria.
Faria.
We created dolls, and then we introduced them to Helfa
For what reason?
to prepare for the Day of Judgment, to create a stronger Arx.
This is where it's getting wacky, I think. I keep saying this. So the dolls were created by someone trying to make Arx stronger.
Not again.
Meanwhile,
No effect. How could they have advanced this fast?
I guess Manon knew this.
Now my turn.
And Manon might have superpowers that she hasn't used that really wear her out.
Zephetto!
Zephetto?
I know you're watching. Zephetto.
Skull? Zephetto, turn up your mic.
909?
That's me, I guess.
ID number RA9G3T909.
What about 909?
That's me? That's right, Harper was created by the Skull Man.
What?
By Dr. Wily.
So you're saying that everything
I guess.
was all part of the plan? It doesn't matter. I can't continue to ruin people's lives like this.
I'm putting an end to this experiment.
Geppetto, turn up your microphone.
I guess I'll just have to defeat you.
Would you attack your own father?
My father? Is that what you think you are? You merely created us. Nothing more and nothing less.
In that case, you've made yourself clear.
Yes, that's correct.
We'll just wait here for those friends of yours to arrive. Just you and me.
That's correct. The evil wizard responsible for the dolls,
What are
or
you?
scientist, or whatever,
No.
is named Geppetto. It's Geppetto, but with an extra letter in it. That felt like a very different style of animation for this game for like a split second. With that head clearing shake that she just did. Also, apparently, Geppetto created us, Harper. And our code number is 909 for short, or whatever that
So,
else was.
you came here to deal with Manon. Is that right?
Yes.
Resurgent Arcs. That's the name of your organization?
Yes.
And you created both dolls and Meteorn. And had them fight. I can hardly even believe this. But it matches Manon's data.
This is what will happen if that one Twitch channel
Elaborate hoax or something.
where AI Final Fantasy Tactics teams fight each other eventually gains sentience. This is what's going to happen.
All of that.
So be careful about Final Fantasy Tactics bets.twitch.television or whatever the address is.
Complicated. This all comes to an end.
Imagine that, though.
If we destroy Lucille.
Is that your answer for everything? Manon's data indicates that Lucille regulates the various environments on Halpha. Who knows what would happen if we just destroy it?
What's your plan?
Also, what are they trying to make stronger arcs for?
Resurgent arcs. I still have no idea what to make of any of this.
Hey, me neither.
What I do know for sure is that Manon is there right now, fighting against something. Which means I need to go help her.
That's the reason I came.
Do you know how to get onto Lucille?
Yes. Lost Central. There's a teleporter in the place that you know as Lost Central.
Is that why the dolls wanted to destroy it, then? That must be the case, if that's the case. Alrighty then. First Lost Central and then Lucille? Well, let's head to Lost Central. Anyone else have anything to... Okay, you just have generic dialogue. Fair enough. Also, there's unrelated actual urgent quests happening at the moment, it seems. But anyway, I'm not being told to actually go to Lost Central. Where am I being told to go to? Now I am.
Emergency announcement. We are preparing for a large-scale operation in the Alio region. All ARCS defenders, please prepare for deployment.
So yeah, this is where, like I said, this is where the twist happens. This is, I guess, what I meant by this is where it gets wacky. Dolls are created by someone in the floating island who also created the Meteorn, both in an attempt to make arcs stronger for unknown reasons by having the Meteorn support arcs and then arcs fight the dolls. In preparation for something called the J of Judgment. And Harper is the coolest Meteorn that has been created by Geppetto, apparently. So, okay then. The real question is, how long did Geppetto spend perfecting the fluffy tails for maximum fluff? Or did Harper just decide on that part on her own somehow? I'm gonna say that Harper chose the fluffy tails somehow.
The whole story. It sounds like things are getting pretty crazy.
Little bit, yes.
So you're the girl from that floating island. Lucille.
I'm Feria.
A pleasure. My name is Ilma.
No reaction. Ilma.
All right. Well, why don't you help us figure out how to get there?
I can do that.
First, you swipe at a screen and make it make beeping sounds, and then you push some buttons, and then all technology problems are resolved or started depending on which swiping you did. Oh. It's red, that means no. What's going on?
The teleporter initialization failed. It looks like it's locked.
That makes sense.
I guess it's my turn to try.
I will also point and swipe. I love the universal technology.
Who would have ever guessed that Lucille was controlling the entire planet?
Universal technology interface of pointing and swiping at screens floating in the air.
To duke it out.
Yep.
It almost sounds too crazy to even believe.
Is it okay if I say something?
Yes.
You, kind of remind me of Manon when I first met her.
Okay.
Yes, exactly like that. Could you tell me a little more about yourself and Manon?
I can tell you what I know.
That's more than enough.
So Manon also used to be like this a bit.
What is your relationship to her?
I am her backup. I monitor her activities and provide support in the event of any problems.
Do you mean to say that you've been watching her from Lucille the whole time?
Yes.
And then a problem occurred. And you couldn't fix it from Lucille. So you came down here to get our help.
Correct.
I see. Okay. Next question. What was Manon doing on Halpha?
Gathering data for Operation 3. Her job was to document the war between Arx and Dark Falls in person.
Document the war?
Did she know all of this, or was she the cause of... Did she know all of this?
No. Information is strictly on a need-to-know basis.
So she didn't know. Okay.
So she was only monitoring the plan's progress, not implementing it, huh?
Yes.
Huh?
So basically, her job was just to watch all of us, as one of many other Meteor, while keeping a certain distance. But as far as I could tell, she sure seemed enthusiastic about participating in the things we were doing. Maybe she had a change of heart at some point.
Manon.
Why did she go back to Lucille, or is there anyone else on Lucille? Is there anyone else on Lucille?
Zephedo is there.
That seems important.
Zephedo?
Not Jiffedo,
He's in charge of
Ziffedo.
the Alpha
Right.
experiment.
I was saying
He's the
Jiffedo.
general of Resurgent Arcs.
So this Zephedo dude is the one who started this experiment?
You can't call him this Ziffedo dude,
According to the
Ina.
records.
Nobody has said dude in this game. You can't catch me off guard like that.
Zephedo is the one who created us. Something like a father, or perhaps a mother.
Father? Mother?
Just a science man.
That doesn't exactly sound like your typical family. So, if this Zephedo guy is in charge of everything on Lucille, if we can somehow stop him through either diplomacy or force, this whole dolls problem ends.
Those are the two options, I guess.
How long has this experiment been going on?
300 years, according to the records.
Why did he say 500-year anniversary?
300 years? So that would mean that an untold number of Ark's defenders have been sacrificed to this experiment?
Ina's eyes also fade to purple. Why does everyone have the purple fade eyes?
But what was it that caused Manon to decide to confront Zephedo?
I do not know. There is one thing. A powerful anger reading showed up in her monitoring data recently.
Okay, so we can monitor emotions.
She was angry at Zephedo?
Yes.
So, then she really is trying to put an end to all of this by herself.
That's crazy.
This is a very long cutscene of exposition while people poke at screens. It's kind of funny.
Initialization successful.
Oh, I thought we were all running away from it for a second. I'm just imagining that one wildly gesticulating merchant guy from like the Monkey Island games, but you layer a translucent floating computer screen in front of him. And that's basically what they were doing that whole time.
Is that the teleporter? But isn't it a short-range unit?
We should just try it.
It only appears that way. It's 100 times more powerful.
Okay.
It's ultra long-range capable, even without stabilizing the photon field.
Wow. Well, let's round everyone up and take this party to Lucille.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Crawford. Perfect timing. We're ready to go to Lucille.
We're putting a momentary pause on that for now.
What?
Is something wrong?
The dolls have launched an all-out attack on Halpha. We're picking them up in every region.
What? But I didn't get any alerts. They must have evaded my early warning system. Yup. There they are.
Okay.
I already notified Tyvis and the others. I'll deploy as many troops as I can spare.
I think we're going to need to divide and conquer here.
It is what it is. I'm gonna go help my family out. Are you guys going back to Alio?
Apparently so.
Nope.
Apparently not.
You're not?
We're going to Lucille. Everyone else should defend their own region.
Nod.
Okay, Crawford?
Fine. I trust you two.
Thank you.
I agree, we can't abandon Manon. I'll send some support over to you as soon as possible. But come back right away if you get into any trouble.
Also, this just makes sense to like send a small strike force at the main problem place. What? You're not in any shape to do this.
You're really not. Wait here. Would you please, Elma?
Sure thing. You got it.
I give this to you then.
Hmm?
What's this?
A map of Lucille.
Oh, that makes sense.
Before I came here, Manon was on her way to the Lucille Dolls production facility. I do not know her current whereabouts. Communication between Halpha and Lucille is impossible.
Got it. Thank you.
Please, help Manon.
You know we will.
We'll catch up with you once we get things sorted out here. Good luck until then.
Nod. Alright. Time to go to the island in the sky. We need to find Manon. We sure do. Whoops.
The floating island. Lucia. Let's try contacting Crawford.
They just said communication was, yeah.
No go. Comms really don't work here.
I suppose it was worth trying.
Well, let's go.
Actually, like, knowing that they wanted to make a stronger ARX does explain why all the training facilities exist as well, I suppose. Which was unclear. But anyway, hey, welcome. Whoa, what's this?
What is this place?
Let's check it out.
Attention all ARX defenders. We are beginning a counter-offensive.
Hey, I thought comms were impossible.
We request the participation of all ARX defenders.
Okay, so we've got, like, exhibits of each region, maybe? Or, like, small habitats of them?
Trial start.
Marioness is a new enemy type, I believe. We haven't seen these dolls before. As if, I guess we're reinforcing the puppet theming by having Marioness, who appears to have a floating thing behind them resembling how one would control a puppet. Fair enough.
Let's keep going.
Trial start.
More enemies?
Enemies from Alios specifically so far. Are you implying that the entire planet is artificial? Because it sure does look like it is in a lot of places. I think that's what we're leading up to, is everything is artificial. This Zepheto individual created literally the entire planet and everyone on it, or something like that. Or, like, at least to some degree. Wondering if a gunner subclass would have been more effective. Also, yeah, this is a little bit Allegan-like, I suppose. I don't think I reacted to that.
Success!
We beat them. On to the next.
This sure looks like they are constructing terrain here. Or something of that nature. Yeah, here we have the desert part. Huh? Everything's different. Now it's like Ritem?
Trial start.
This place is very cool looking, by the way. This whole, like, the seal here. This, like, weird artificial location creation station. I think it does kind of, it is a floating island, but it does kind of fit Allegan's, like, mysterious things happened many years ago, weird technologies left over. Some of the people that you know were just created, like, I guess the Ixal would be an example of the Allegans doing that. There are some parallels, sure. Like, for sure, is what I mean. Oop. This is also a fairly linear area, like, in comparison to the wide open areas. So this is actually like level design is here. Those look pretty nasty. And a reading from up above?
Trial start.
Yep, these things. Might as well. Ah, marionettes are here as well. That didn't work as planned. Oh. Dang, it closed. Marionettes can teleport. Fair enough. Oh, you're still alive. You don't really know what to do when I'm up here, do you? Bye. Bye. Ina's having some trouble too, I guess. There we go. Oh, there's 2 enemies left somewhere. There's one. I saw a target. Oh, there you are.
Success.
Fair enough. It's linear to the point where you can't fly over everything. Phew. Is man in here? Not here directly, maybe. Okay, this particular region looks even more like Retim. We've got like the rock formations and stuff in place. So this is either artificially constructing the planet or like constructing a replica of it for science reasons. Things aren't getting any easier. One step at a time, I guess. Thanks for the laser.
Success.
Finally. Let's hurry. Is this the end?
We haven't seen a Caveris region yet. Let's go through the door. Or Stia, for that matter. Oh, but this is pretty different. This must be a doll's production facility.
Are these dolls? These were in the Alpha Underground too. But there weren't this many. This must be the doll's production facility.
There's a lot of them.
Manon, are you here?
Skull time. What are you gonna do? Shoot the screen?
Or Zephedo.
Zephedo, turn up your mic.
Where is Manon?
Second generation model. That confirms you created everybody. All right then. Turn up your mic volume though.
You dare hurt her, Zephedo! Oh no. Manon, where are they?
Let's just keep moving forward. That's the only direction we can go.
You're right.
I guess we could also go backwards, but there'd be no point in doing that. Here we go. Oh, talk to Ina. Let's keep going. You ready? Yes. Great, let's go. Okay, you could take a break there, I guess. Here's the Caveris part. So hey, not only is this level design, it's split into two areas like a classic PSO zone. Neat. But here's Caveris. And now it's like Caveris? It's even got the gimmicks
Trial start.
of Caveris over here, I guess. Ugh, there's so many of them. Can I take them all out all at once? Whoops. I guess that's what the throne stuff is for. Ow. It does speed it up a bit. Oh, there's stuff up there. I guess this is it. On to the next. Look, we can go up on the left. Think we can do it without any enemies noticing? Seems that way. Whoops.
Trial start.
Ah, stop already. Ina's tired of this nonsense, I guess. Multiple boss fights incoming. I wasted a lot of the throne items. Hey, why am I dodging everything really well like I'm good at video games that involve dodging? I always complain about that, but now I'm dodging correctly. What? Impossible! The Ranger's dodge window is pretty generous as well, to be fair. And you can spam it, so... I guess I'm better at video games than I give myself credit for, god dang it. That's the problem with streaming, is that I keep getting evidence that I'm good at things on video. I jest about that being a problem, I guess. It is funny, though, to me. Don't worry. Starting possibly tomorrow, we'll start getting evidence that I don't have any practice at fighting games. Really. Phew, we managed somehow. And now Stia? Right, the Scout Wasps. By the way, this game updates on like June 7th to have more story in it, which is part of why I wanted to do it so soon. Or wanted to make sure I had it completed. I think I neglected to mention that at any point. Wait, why are these listed as malevolent? Oh, they're like 4 levels higher. Why are these... Oh, these are like the Recon Gigants, I guess, because they're higher level and glowy purple. So they're like a boss version of a regular enemy, I guess. Oh, Behivo E is here. Everyone's favorite, Behivo E. Wait, hold on. Why is there a camera icon? Okay. I think that's just because we're in like a story quest or whatever. Enemies up above, look out! Are there like multiple battle themes for each region of this level, or am I imagining things? Because I feel like... Okay, there aren't. It was just there was a part of it that sounded a lot more Stia-like than the other parts. It's the same one, though. Oh, okay, we're going this way. Looks like we got him. I also have like a helper robot here. More? I'm so done with this.
Trial start.
Ina's really tired of all the fighting already, huh? Well, not enough already. I guess already. We have to get the ones over there. She was tired of it basically immediately. I don't know what she expected. It's kind of an annoying level. Yeah. I also do like that, yeah. I'm already forgetting. What was the thing I looked at? The other... Was it in this game where something said it's kind of an annoying level? Or like it's kind of an annoying something? I'm already forgetting the specific context of that, but I know you're quoting it. Ow. Oh, it's kind of an annoying enemy. Right. That's what it was. The Zonial data file. I actually saw the Quartz Dragon earlier when I ended up briefly running into an area where there was an ongoing... Whoop! Funny dragon attack. Where there was an ongoing, like, PSE burst. I would have been surprised by the Quartz Dragon being in NGS if I hadn't seen that, like, at this point right here. Yes, making progress. Hey, this teleporter should be red and square instead of just blue and small. They should just be like, looks like if we can get to the next area from here, they should just be like, hey, look, it's the boss teleporter. Maybe it's not the boss teleporter yet, though. Oh, this is the character creation area.
This place feels different. What is this place?
I always want more PSO1 references. Better not touch anything.
Yeah. What goes on here?
There's no way to know. Unless Zephetto tells us, I guess.
I guess not. Oh, there's another room over there. Let's check it out.
It'd be funny if they let you look inside the pods and there was just like generic...
People.
What?
Huh? You're right. What is this place?
Was man in here?
Manon?
Do you know who Manon is?
I do not know. No such person here.
Very well.
Okay, where is Zephedo?
Zephedo. General Zephedo is in the control tower ahead.
Control tower.
Control tower?
Uh-oh.
Can I ask another question?
Time for Ilgils. Shrug. I know very little about the control tower in PSO1 except for Ilgils were there, I think.
Doesn't look like we'll get much more information here. Zephedo is up ahead from here.
Ah, yes, Epsilon. That was the unique boss enemy. One of them. Well, okay. See you later, everyone. Have fun programming your procedural terrain generation algorithms or whatever you're doing. Judging by the hills everywhere. I am actually going to BRB real quick again. Because this feels like we're going to be getting into something. Hello. I am back. I suppose I should say in the middle of streams, like I said probably yesterday, I should probably advertise myself in the middle of streams. Hello, I'm Robin. I try to stream at least 3 times a week. A lot of Final Fantasy XIV, sometimes other stuff. And I would really appreciate follows and subscribe.
Mission accomplished. Thank you for your contribution.
I'm not good at advertising myself still. I never will be. But I can run in circles really fast. Anyway. Zephetto is right through here. You ready? Yes. Alright, let's do this.
Aina.
Stay still.
What are you doing here?
Feria helped us.
I knew it. But what I mean is, why are you here for me? I was lying to you the whole time. So why?
Because it's you.
What?
I care about you, Manon. And I will never, ever abandon you, no matter what. We always said the 3 of us would stick together. Why did you run off by yourself? That's what really hurts. Even more than the fact that you were hiding something from us.
Aina.
Tell us what happened.
I've been working on ARC's research and development here the whole time. But I had no idea the Alpha experiment would be so awful. The old me never cared about anything but myself. As long as I could do what made me happy, I didn't care. So that's why, when I was told the experiment would be safe, I just believed it. I didn't bother to think it through. I went to Alio Town, just like I was told. And then I met you two. When Dark Falls was introduced into the experiment that day. And everyone... I wanted to tell you everything then. But I couldn't. And even if I could have, it wouldn't have changed anything. And I also... I didn't want you to hate me. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Oh.
Manon. It's okay. I should have been paying more attention. I'm sorry.
Very well done.
Here's Zephetto. If you were wondering why he had a skull icon, I don't know. So this is Zephetto.
Wait, you two. Let's let him talk.
What are you talking about? He's the one responsible for all this. For pitting arcs and dolls against each other. For destroying Alio Town.
I know. But I need to know. Why would someone do all of this?
In that case, I shall
Turn up your mic volume first.
But first, I want you to show me how strong you've become. Show me what it took to defeat the most advanced Dark Falls.
What is that thing?
He like shrunk down to go inside of it, I guess. Oh no, it's his ultimate battle body. Just like Sigma.
So you completed it.
No, the other thing was the most advanced. Wow, it really is just like Sigma. There's a lot of missiles.
Why are you doing this?
And he's also spinning a lot. I don't think Sigma did that part. I've been watching someone play Mega Man games recently.
I'm fine.
I think that's X3.
We have to do this.
It looks like it.
That's right. Excellent.
But the previous thing was the most advanced Dark Falls. This is something else.
Why are you doing this?
Find Zephetto. Zephetto Venosia. Okay. I think we found Zephetto. I don't know why it's telling me to find Zephetto. I did dodge it. That's true. Oh, I dodged too well. Ow. Ow. I dodged too well again. Is that the best you can do? I'm doing okay. He's tough. I was too busy healing. Ow. There we go. I expected more voice clips, Zephetto. You're saying that so many times. Now you have a sword. Also, you're red. Oh. I notice he's focusing exclusively on me and not the other two. Look out, says Manon. Okay, you got a drill arm as well. That attack was different. Ugh. Now. Simply press the dodge button and nothing else. I'm just getting started. How is this even possible? He has to be hurt, right? Keep pushing. Breaking limits. Okay. Ranger dodge is so... like, he's relatively telegraphed, and danger dodge. Ranger's dodge is very strong and has a lot of invincibility frames, so this is kind of just funny. Maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit in this equation. Okay, I win, I guess. I just scooted around a lot and found a million grenades on the ground. Oh no, a drill. Oh, does he? I wasn't even thinking about that. Slash!
To the stars. Back to kick some tail. Please consult a botanist. With the trashy man.
Destroy! Also, this is why he had a skull in the... this is why he had a skull. Because his face is a skull.
Photon sensitivity.
100%. Occasional bursts in excess of that value. Analyzing the data now.
I was too busy sliding around and throwing grenades to realize that those were attacks from previous bosses. But yeah, I guess they were. Maybe?
Will transcribe to the fourth clone DNA.
I don't recognize any specific ones, but I definitely believe you, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. What are you talking about?
The day of judgment approaches. We shouldered the responsibility of completing the experiment before it was too late.
The Day of Judgment. Various said something about that too.
A day of enormous tribulation. For all of humanity. We had to restore Arx to its former glory and might in preparation for that day. The glory and might of 1,000 years past.
1,000 years passed.
Its true might that we lost through apathy and disuse.
I think 1,000 years ago was base PSO2, but I don't know if there's actually, if that connection actually exists, but it might.
That tragedy would not have befallen us. It all began on that day, 500 years ago.
Those are the Ark ships from PSO2, so yes.
Appeared without warning from deep space.
I think. I recognize that shape of ship.
Starless?
Starless traverse the galaxies, annihilating everything.
Gotcha.
Their name is derived from malevolence. They went on to other outlying systems, laying waste to 50 star systems and claiming more than 700 billion.
That's a lot.
atrophied by a long period of peace. We were utterly powerless in the face of such a threat. Millions of our soldiers died in vain. The human races seemed destined for total extinction. But that was not to be our fate. One day, the star list simply vanished without a trace. It was as if they had never existed. Time passed, and soon everyone forgot that we had ever been visited by such horror. But we did not forget. Foreseeing that the day of judgment would come once again, resurgent arcs began to prepare. It is truly most satisfactory that we have restored arcs to its former might, and just in time.
So, that's why we were...
Precisely. We could never withstand the dreaded day without the three of you.
You've been using us as pawns in your game, or you're insane? Let's go with the first one. And he's going to be like, no, I prefer the puppet master metaphor, not the chess one. Or maybe he won't care.
In order for mankind to survive. But there was no other choice. Every other experiment had ended in failure. Our milder training methods elicited little to no improvement in Ark's defender photon sensitivity.
Why is photon sensitivity important?
That is why we were forced to introduce dark falls and dolls into the experiments. The first experiment ended in the death of every single Ark's defender. The outcome of the second was more favorable, but there was little improvement.
I like how this guy has to gesture a lot to make up for the fact that his face is a inanimate skull.
Now, at long last, the third experiment has ended in the result we have hoped
Third tries the charm, I guess?
for 300 very long years.
How sad.
What?
You mean to say that this is all you've been doing for so many years? You've been nothing more than a pawn in your own game, too.
Can you even do that? Can you be a pawn in your own game? Uh-oh.
Warning.
What's going on?
Object detected. Zone 246R.
The center.
Analyzing. Data match. Approximately 1,000 objects closely resembling starless spearhead units.
Well,
Impossible. So, the day has come.
I thought you said it was about to... We're not done talking here!
My wish has been fulfilled. The rest is up to you.
Hey, what?
The future is yours.
Bye. What are you doing? Oh. Well, you got 3 of them. They explode into cubes.
No, you can't do this.
Skullman has been destroyed.
Hyna! There are still so many things we need to ask him.
Oh. So he exploded to take out a bunch of them.
Can't stay. It's
I guess.
Too dangerous. But
Aina.
okay, let's go home.
I guess we don't get to see the Starless much, other than they're suddenly here, performing for you. Also, they're destroying the floating island. Oh, but we're here though. I guess. What? I was there for 1 second. I was able to grab a rest assign. Would you two mind coming with me? I'd like to report everything to Father. Is it okay for me to go to... Of course. Aina, thank you. So, the Starless are going to be the main enemy in episode 2. We do know this. And we have seen a few of their designs so far, I believe. Not in the game itself, but like outside of the game. So I expect that... I believe they are going to be here in the next update, so... Why are they destroying everything in the universe? I suspect we won't know the answer for a while. A few days later. Oh, okay, the seal is not, in fact, destroyed. It's still there.
Dad, we did it. We finally beat Dark Falls. But now we have another problem. I think it will be a while before this place is peaceful again. I'm sorry. Wait just a little longer. I'll make it all stop. I promise.
Pay respects.
Crawford is waiting for us. Let's go. Manon?
Oh, that makes sense.
Bid the world a farewell as it sinks into twilight. Right upon the wind, eternity waits for you gently to close your eyes as you dream of the morning light.
All right, you got me a little bit with bringing that song back up. And credits, I guess. You got me with the song. Oh, the frame rate on the credits. Oh no. It's fine. So that was episode 1 of PSO2 New Genesis. It took 2 years to get here. Well, not exactly. It took 2 years to get to episode 2. Episode 2 begins on the 7th, I believe. But yeah. So how do we feel about that story twist of everything on the planet was artificially created by a guy who really likes Space Pinocchio in order to fight ultra space destroying enemy of mystery, the Starless? I feel like it's a little bit abrupt, and there was a lot of weird pacing throughout episode 1, but like for probably understandable real-world reasons. But like overall, I feel like the story comes together a lot better than classic PSO2s, from what I know of that. I didn't play episode 6. And I might be biased heavily against classic PSO2 because of episode 4, the one that I did show on stream, being completely episode 4. You might remember that it's ridiculous. And episode 5 isn't great either. Episodes 1 through 3 of classic PSO2 were pretty alright. And I've heard episode 6 is good. So I don't really know for sure, but I feel like I can be cautiously optimistic about where this game is going, both in terms of gameplay and story. I think it has been getting better over its existence. I think those last boss fights were pretty cool, even though I was just scooting around on the floor a lot and throwing grenades against Zephetto. It did make me feel like I was doing well to be able to dodge everything, even though the dodge, if you just keep pressing it, is basically invincible. I don't know. Don't worry. I don't think classic PSO2 is good. I think it completely fell apart. But I think I can feel cautiously optimistic about where this one is going. Hey, hold on. Why are you just crediting Nadara as the vocals on the Retim songs? Are we just to assume that that is also crediting Nadara's voice actress? That's kind of funny. Also very interesting, actually, that each region has different musicians. I wonder why that is. Meteorn's song. Meteorn's song 2. I think it's cool that each region has its own musicians. I wonder why that is, though. Okay, there were 2 separate voices. Vocals credited to Manon for this. I assume there's just like the transient property of we're crediting the voice actors. Oh, we're not going to say specifically who's who, we're just going to list the entire voice cast. Okay. You have to do research if you want to find out who sang this song. Christina V was in there, yeah. That is a name I recognize. And now we cut to the main theme again, which is completely opposite in tone to what we just heard. There was motion capture? I didn't pick up that there was motion capture at all because everyone's movements felt very Phantasy Star. I guess all the motion capture actors were going ham then. Fair enough. You're allowed to go ham. Hey, any particular reason that we're putting the moon in the center of the shot for this final shot? Just wondering. I mean, it's not exactly in the center, but still. The moon's going to be relevant. To be continued. Part of that is blocked by me, but that's fine. Hooray! And now we're here. So that should be... There are no main tasks. However, 7 people did say that my outfit was cool. Hell yeah. Let's refresh its position in the lookbook. Anyway. But yeah, that was episode 1. Yup. And that bird got destroyed. I need to be careful about using that word, lest I prompt people to spend channel points unintentionally. But it's just a word that is in my vocabulary. So, now what? Well, in terms of now what, that's probably it for today. I could jokingly suggest that clearly we need to go back and do all of the classic PSO2 stories since it's canon to this. But I'm not going to do that. Episode 4 was enough. Even though I just said part of yeah, exactly. Even though I just said part of it was good. Or at least acceptable. A lot of it isn't. There was someone named Akira Roosevelt there. It's quite a name. But anyway, so... I think someone just skated by wearing PSO1 Humar outfit. And that also distracted me from whatever I was going to say. So... This has been Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis Episode 1. Chapters 1 through 5. What I've concluded is that, like, I started this skeptical that I would be able to enjoy the game, and I've concluded that there's still plenty to enjoy here. And I'm cautiously optimistic about the direction the game is currently headed in. So that's good. I prefer to be optimistic about things instead of feeling sad, typically speaking. As for streams in the future, I probably will stream more of this once they add more to it. That would make sense to me, to continue Harper's adventures. Tomorrow, instead of the usual Final Fantasy XIV stream, I think tomorrow is going to be Street Fighter 6, since that should be released by then, and I'm curious to begin the world tour. Monday will probably be, if I can stream on Monday, will be, I do need to return to Pokemon Green. Wednesday, and like, Tuesday's not a usual stream day, but Tuesday and Wednesday, absolutely, definitely not a stream. I have stuff to do. Medical events are happening, is I guess how I'll phrase that. Don't worry, it's fine. And hopefully it should make everything, it should make my situation greatly better, actually, due to addressing some chronic problems that I have. Given those are happening, I'd say it's completely reasonable for me to also take a break on Thursday and Friday if I need it. But if I can return to streaming Friday, I don't know what it'll be. I don't plan that far ahead. It's unusual for me to plan as far ahead as I just have, so I don't know. Well, I guess technically I plan that far ahead because I say it's usually Final Fantasy XIV, but I don't know. So basically, summary, tomorrow hopefully Street Fighter 6. Next week, maybe some Pokemon, maybe some Final Fantasy, maybe some Street Fighter 6 again. I don't know. But definitely nothing on Wednesday. And Tuesday. That much I know for sure. Because Tuesday is preparation day and Wednesday is, I guess I can just say surgery. I guess I can be unnecessarily open about everything that's happening to me by going to detail enough to say that. It'll be fine though. Don't worry about it. So yeah, and on all those notes, I guess, well, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of time. Yeah. No worries. I should be able to manage it. I'm weirdly used to having surgeries done. I don't know if that's oversharing. I don't know what oversharing is. Anyway. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in any donation links or social media links, they are at the usual spot, which... BikuBot was not connected. Well, borealrobin.card with 2 R's.co. And I would greatly appreciate if you would consider following or subscribing, but don't feel obligated to do so. And yeah. Good night, everybody.